Happy Saturday, everybody. It's 12 p.m. You know what that means? It is time for the Hail Trace Daily 12 p.m. Hail Forecast here at my house, not at the office today. No green screen, just doing a quick video from my office here. And we're going to jump into it. We had another surprise storm yesterday, and then we'll talk about that in just a tiny bit, and then we'll go into the forecast for today and tomorrow. They're both looking kind of similar, so we'll get right into that. Make sure you guys have your push notifications set up. For your notification options on your desktop computer, you can hit notification options, notification settings, and it brings you this lovely screen here. This is on your desktop, not on your app, and you can select to get notifications from your app, from your email, or from your desktop computer, and any regions that are relevant to your business needs, whether it's a city, metro, whole state, or entire country. Now we've had a few more people streaming in here for the live broadcast of this. I want to jump over to the forecast. Oh, I didn't put an animation on that. That was a last second addition to the forecast. As of this morning has progressed, it looks like there's going to be a pretty significant outflow boundary, or for you guys, basically just a trigger mechanism of some sort. And that is going to fire off some storms this afternoon after about 4 p.m. or so, right along the North Dakota-South Dakota border here, and it's going to stream across Minnesota, and there could be some pretty big hail, possibly a couple tornadoes as well, but up to some 3.5 inch hail if these storms can really get going. I'll show you the models in just a bit, and it really kind of emphasizes this area here. So I have a 20% for St. Cloud. That was the biggest population center I could find in the purple swath. I didn't want to have a purple swath without any people in there, so I think a 20% chance the city of St. Cloud gets hit with at least quarters today. And again, that's off, for those of you not familiar with Minnesota, that's off to the north and to the west of Minneapolis. Minneapolis only give you about 5%. I think the storm's going to say just to your north. There's the potential that the storm might just try to stray to the south, but right now I'm kind of thinking that it's really going to be focused in on where my purple area is, where the biggest hail is possible. So Duluth and Fargo also are 5%. Really kind of comes down to where the main storm goes, and I'm putting my all my chips onto St. Cloud, Minnesota. Looks like some other storms are going to form later on this evening as well, after about 8 p.m. local time. You could see some storms by Rapid and some storms by Bismarck. Those storms, again, not going to be as strong. I think there's more of a wind threat than a hail threat with those, so probably some hail up to some ping pong balls possible, but for the most part, I think they're going to very quickly turn into a line, and when you see a line of storms, more times than not, that's more of a wind threat than a hail threat. We had a couple hailstorms this morning, all have been one-star maps, and hopefully the Minnesota one we have will get bumped up. Now, another thing that I'm bringing up here, and with that I'm going to actually switch to this view. Every single day now, for about a week or so, we've had storms happening outside our usual risk area. Usually it's somewhere in this general region. By general region, I mean basically the whole country. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys take a guess. Where are we going to have a surprise storm today? Yesterday we had a storm move through the Nashville area. We had some ping pong ball size hail. Nothing crazy, a 2-star map. You guys can go purchase. The big value of that is that's a new hail date. Nashville hasn't had a good storm in a while, so just some quarters to maybe some ping pong balls may not necessarily be super damaging, but it could be enough to just get that new date of loss that you've been desperately needing for some homes that maybe were damaged way back in 2012 that you're trying to get approved. So where do you think it's going to be? We've had Nashville, we've had Dallas, we've had Springfield, Missouri, we've had Colorado Springs, all these completely unexpected, unforecastable, just small, what we call mesoscale accidents, basically small scale weather incidences that are very hard to go. So tell me what you think. What do you think the one today will be? Where do you think it'll end up being? Personally, my random guess would be somewhere in the Carolinas. So just go ahead and somebody said Safari can't open the page because the address is invalid. What are you talking about there, Ryan? What address? So what do you think that it'll be for today? And with that, I'm going to pop back into the forecast going into tomorrow. And yes, we do need Denver. I guess a bunch of Denver folks aren't willing to go down to Colorado Springs. I don't know how working in the Front Range works. So fingers crossed that Denver will get something eventually here. Here's our forecast for tomorrow. And again, there'll probably be something somewhere in this part of the country tomorrow. That just seems to be the case. Again, very hard to forecast for, just kind of the day of, an hour before, or even 20 minutes before storms happen. Looks like we're going to see some storms possible again, flirting with the Denver area tomorrow, and then all the way up through into Minnesota. I think Minnesota has a pretty good chance of seeing some hail again tomorrow. So if Minneapolis doesn't get anything today, we might be able to squeeze something out tomorrow as well. And then moving on to Monday, I don't have a graphic for it, but it does show Iowa, possibly down to Nebraska, and possibly down even towards Kansas City for your risk on Monday. So this weekend is going to be more than just Minnesota. We'll probably see some other storms as well. I'm going to jump over to the models really fast, just show you guys the latest in the high-resolution rapid refresh model. And we can see here as we move through the hours, some real big storms form right here, right along that border there. And possibly, this most recent one has something pretty, like Minneapolis is like right in here, Minneapolis, St. Paul. So it has something forming pretty close to the city. Actually has some storms in Wisconsin that I didn't get a chance to see before this. So again, the main storms are going to be these bad boys over here. And they get close. They try to get close to the state, Minneapolis area. So we'll have to watch and see how that pans out this evening. It's kind of a long distance for the storms to go. So I'm not super confident. Hence the 5% for today. And then after that, you see I'll go further to the west. You see these storms over here. They fire and then very quickly grow into a line, and that really kind of kills hail risk, makes it more of a wind threat. I move forward to a different model here. I'll go to the 3cam NAM and scroll down a little bit. It goes through. They show storms way up here today and up in part of the Dakotas. I think the ARRR is a little closer, but more just for showing what we can see tomorrow. Here we are tomorrow. Again, storms fairly close to the Minneapolis area, so I know it's a big market, and they had a huge storm last year. We'll see if we can squeeze out another one. They got one. It was in June as well. It was actually on a Sunday, so maybe we can get that to happen 2 years in a row. And then after that, the next couple of days, you see on Monday on here near Omaha and into Iowa and even towards Wisconsin. So that's what we're looking at through this weekend. Of course, if any storms do happen, whether it's today, tomorrow, or any day in between, ideally when it's not 2 o'clock in the morning, we'll be able to go live and do live coverage of the big storms. So hopefully if we get a big storm across Minneapolis today, I can be here and do live coverage, continuous coverage for that. Somebody's asking about Kansas City, possibly on Monday. We'll have to watch and see how everything kind of sets up. Like, this is the time of year it's pretty hard to go more than just 48 hours out with any real confidence. We've probably seen, if you've been watching these videos pretty regularly, the past couple of weeks, the day of forecast doesn't reflect super closely to the day before forecast, because there's a lot of just small scale things that, a big complex of rain will move through early in the morning, wash out an entire risk area, or something moves way further to south or to the north than what we're expecting, or a big storm happened in the middle of nowhere, or somewhere nowhere near where we were forecasting, and kind of throws everything out the window anyway. So, but make sure you do follow us here on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on the app, or you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead, find us on Facebook. You just search Hail Trace, hit the like button, and hit follow, and hit see first. So that way, when we do go live for continuing coverage, we do send out that push notification every single day for the 12 p.m. forecast, but you might miss the one during continuing coverage, especially if you're in that area and your phone's going crazy. That push notification can get lost in the shuffle. Hit see first. All of our posts get put to the top of your newsfeed, so that way you don't really miss anything. You don't miss when we post that we have a 5-star map available, 3-star, 4-star, or when we have continuing coverage, our forecast, or any other interesting posts that we have. And if you want to contact us about Hail Trace, about our products, any further questions from me, you can give us a call, emails, or visit our website, hailtrace.com. Go on intercom, lower right-hand corner of your screen, a little blue circle with a speech bubble on it. Click on that, sends out a message to everyone on staff. Particularly helpful on weekends when no one's at the office and during the off hours. We had a question asking about did it hail Minnesota at all last night? Yes, it hailed a little bit this early this morning, mostly rural areas, so that wasn't really much to really work off of. We'll see more storms for sure later on this afternoon and into this evening. So, we'll have posts. If we make a 3-star map or better, it'll be posted here on our Facebook page. And obviously, if it goes towards a large population center like the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, then we will be live doing coverage for that as well. So have a great rest of your day, everyone. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you again on Monday at 12 p.m. like we do every single day here at Hail Trace for Hail Forecasts. Have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody. I'll see you again tomorrow.